In a world where it's so easy to get a behind-the-scenes look into someone's life, it also makes it easy to learn new things to try. A recipe, workout gear, a coffee order, a new book, or a morning routine. So why is it that you could give two people the same exact morning routine, but only one finds that it helps them thrive? Well, I think that it's because the simple fact of the matter is, you just can't copy and paste a lifestyle and expect it to work for you. Spilled a bottle of foundation on myself. But with the help of this workshop style video, I hope you can find what will.
Yo, today's QOD is feel good. He's just being honest. He's just giving you real talk.
I'm always so curious to know what people's morning routines are. So let me know your current morning routine in the comments. And I say this because often with social media, we see the same type of morning routine. Like it has to look a certain way. And I think it's important to know that it doesn't have to look a certain way. And you can build a routine that is just like so perfectly curated to suit you. There's all that talk about like, these are the habits that successful people do. And I feel like, you know, like meditating, reading, this and that. I feel like we can get so caught up on like, this is what I have to do, instead of figuring out what's going to work best for you in your lifestyle, because we're all at different phases in our lives. And I know that my morning routine has constantly evolved with different stages of what I'm going through in life. I feel like ignoring the fact that we change and evolve as people. And so sometimes a routine that we're in is not serving us. Even if it was serving us for years and years, it might not be serving us in this season of life. And I feel like accepting that, acknowledging that, and embracing that can be so beneficial. So normally from here in this point of my morning routine, I'll sit down and get a couple hours of work done, depending on what I'm doing. Each day does look different. Right now, I do have some editing to get done. I am filming today. I need to do some posts on social media, so I'm gonna be doing that. And I have a couple of messages to get back to regarding dog booking, so I usually dig into the admin stuff first and then the editing and whatever else I have on. I wanted to create this video to hopefully empower someone out there to just embrace the fact that we evolve and that our routine can evolve, and that it doesn't mean that we're lazy or this or that. My routine today is a very typical day of what my morning usually looks like, but that's not to say that it looks like that every single morning, especially when I have my period. That is when I'm like fully listening to my body. I have a whole different morning routine for that. So like I said, it evolves with different seasons in my life, but it also evolves within the week to week. But I want to share some things that I think might be helpful if you are someone that's out there and you're trying to curate the perfect morning routine for you in this season that you're in right now. So I'm going to include some questions, some prompts that you can sit down and like, you know, really dig deep with yourself. I think these questions are really helpful to help you get an idea of what a thriving morning routine will look like for you right now in your current season. And these are questions that you can ask yourself, you know, every 90 days, every 3 months, or you can ask yourself every 6 months, or you can sit down and ask yourself these questions when you just feel off and you're like, this just isn't serving me anymore and I need to switch it up. So I hope that these questions help you. But when it comes to answering these questions, I want you to keep these 3 things in mind. If you are trying to change your morning routine, make small changes. Don't try to overhaul your whole life overnight. Make it enjoyable. So focus on the joy part of the morning routine. Don't try to force a morning routine that you think you should be doing because this book told you you need to do it, or because this influencer you follow, it does it that way. You need to tap into what brings you joy, because what brings you joy is going to be different from what brings the other person joy. So that's why I say this is so individual, and we can't just copy and paste morning routines and expect ourselves to thrive. And third, you need to be realistic when you're answering these questions. Like really be honest with yourself, be honest with where you're at without the judgment, and just sit with where you're at and work from there and take it slowly. Like, what time are you currently getting up? If you want to start getting up earlier, maybe just try 10 to 15 minutes earlier instead of trying to get up 2 hours earlier. Okay, so the next portion of this video is going to be like questions and prompts that you're going to need to sit down and answer. So you might want to sit down, get a pen and paper, and really sit down with these questions and answer them thoroughly. You don't have to do this now. You can just sit here and explore the questions and take them in, and then at another point in time sit down with this video and go through the questions. But I do think that if you sit with these questions and really dig deep, I do believe that it will give you a clear picture of what's going to work best for you and what kind of baby steps you can start taking to start making that your reality. So if you have your pen and paper and you're ready to continue on to the questions, let's dig into it. What is your current morning routine? So think about what time you're getting up. What do you do? Next, how does your current morning routine make you feel? Does your morning routine start your day off feeling good? Name 5 habits that your ideal morning routine would involve. So maybe things like stillness or reading, movement, a breakfast that's already prepared and ready to go, or do you want to start cooking breakfast for yourself? Do you want to meditate, or maybe just some stretching, listen to a podcast, or just start drinking more water in the morning? Name 5 habits that your ideal morning routine would involve. Now think back. Have you tried changing your morning routine in the past? And when was the last time? What specifically have you tried to change in the past about your morning routine? Why do you think that it didn't stick? How did that make you feel? What are the obstacles in the way of you making lasting changes to your morning routine? What can you start doing to overcome those obstacles? And how can you keep yourself accountable? When it comes to accountability, my biggest hack is to post on my stories. I find this is the easiest and best way for my accountability. I saw something the other day that said people that post gym selfies are more likely to stay consistent with their routine. And I didn't dig too much into it, but I actually do believe it. I actually do believe that people that are posting their gym selfies on their stories or on their feed are more likely to stay consistent, because it is a form of accountability. Even though it's not a physical accountability partner, you're putting it out there, and it doesn't matter if anyone replies to it. You are putting that out there, that you are showing up for yourself. And I think that there's like some internal thing that happens, like, I don't know, prove me wrong, but I believe that this is true. So it doesn't necessarily have to be you posting a gym selfie. If that's not your vibe and that's not what's going to bring you joy, maybe it's just, maybe you want to start stretching in the morning. You start stretching for 5 to 10 minutes. So you can take a picture of your yoga mat. There are so many ways that you can just easily just snap a photo of part of your morning routine to help you stay accountable. And lastly, what is one small habit you can start incorporating into your morning routine tomorrow? And I want you to give yourself at least 2 weeks to master this habit before starting to add another small habit. And I think that this starting small is what people struggle with the most, because we want to change our whole life overnight, and we really need to give ourselves grace and start super, I call it stupid small. Start stupid small. Stupid small to me is something so easy to achieve that you're going to do it. Obviously I can get up 3 minutes earlier. Like, yeah, obvious. If you have not been showing up for yourself in the ways that you want to be showing up for yourself, or you've been setting goals and you haven't been showing up to achieve them, it is so important for you to prove to yourself and your brain that you are capable of getting the win and starting to build up the evidence in your life that you are someone that makes a goal and follows through with it. Even if that is just getting up 5 minutes earlier than the day before, it's a win, and you are proving to yourself and you are starting to collect the evidence. Then over time, we can start adding on another 5 minutes, until it's a half hour, until it's an hour, until it's whatever it is that you're trying to work towards. I'm telling you that there's power in starting stupid small. I'm just saying, don't knock it till you try it. So that's it. This video is probably short and sweet. It wasn't meant to be this long, lengthy thing. I just wanted to share the things that have helped me and the mindset that has helped me and the kind of questions that I think are helpful to dig deep into to really help you own your morning routine. Instead of like feeling like your morning is out of your control and this is just how it is and you just like don't know what you're going to be dealt with, it's time to start taking back that control so you can have a morning routine that you love and that helps you thrive and brings you joy. It's something that's so important to me, so I just wanted to share it for anyone out there that might find this helpful. I am going to try to create a little sheet with all the questions, so check the description box, because if I was able to create it and figure out how to do it, it will be in the description box for you there. If you did find this helpful, definitely let me know by hitting the like button so that I know to continue creating more content like this. I do have other videos talking about mindset, consistency, and tips for goal setting. So if that is your vibe, definitely go check some of those out. With that, thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing, and I hope to see you tuning into another video soon. Bye.